some nice shoes, a nice shirt, and a tie. I wish I had some help. Ain't nothing wrong with you learning to talk proper when proper is needed. I'm just saying, man up. Do I have a witness? Young men, man up. Christianity, I said, is that which makes those who are saved by Jesus Christ, it makes you different. Christianity is not designed to make you the same, but to make you different. Have I got a witness? You are different by redemptive design. You are different by means of your salvific experience. You are different by means of redemption, whereby God, when he saved me, he saved all of me. I ought to be different in the way I walk. Come on, somebody. So the challenge is men, man up. Now, I say it to, although this is a message directed to men, yet there's a little something in it for all of us. Because in many instances, my sisters, I hate to be the ones that have to say it, but the reality is that we got a lot of role reversals in the home. Have I got a witness? Sister girl is the shot caller, the big baller. Come on, somebody. That ain't God's design. God expects men to lead, the sister to follow the headship of her husband. But let me just say this as I am on this. I'm just kind of rabbit trailing here, but I think this is a good trail to follow. It's kind of difficult to expect married men, your wives, to submit to your headship, and you won't submit to your headship. Have I got a witness? Paul writes, think 1 Corinthians 11:3, that the head of woman is man, the head of man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. How in the world do I expect you to submit to me and I ain't submitting to the Lord? I want to say, can I cue us into a little secret, brothers? A woman doesn't have a problem submitting to a man who submitted to Jesus. Even if there be a little, every now and again, a little huffing, because of Genesis 3:16, because she's wrestling with desire. Have I got a witness? But the average Christian woman wants a man who will lead her spiritually, who will exemplify lordship, that is, being surrendered to the lordship of Jesus Christ. So what needs to happen? Brothers, man up. Have I got a witness? Well, now, I say it from this 13th verse of chapter 16 of 1 Corinthians. There are 4 sweeping imperatives in the passage. 4 sweeping imperatives. Whenever you come across imperatives, they are either commands that call for us doing something or to stop doing something. Well, in the text, the first command is on the phrase, watch ye. Have I got a witness? That verb there, watch, is a present tense verb, which means that this is action that ought to be ongoing. Men ought to be in the habit of staying alert. Have I got a witness? It ought to be your habit to keep your eyes open. it ought to be your habit. It ought to be your way of living, that you don't live in a way that you got your head stuck in the sand. It ought to be a way of life that I'm always on alert. I'm always on guard. Paul says to the men, watch ye. Have I got a witness? Now, I started talking about some of the things that this text, that men rather ought to watch for, and really Christians as a whole. Number one, I said that we ought to be on alert against Satan. Have I got a witness? Men, hear me. Satan is not out trying to play patty cake with you. 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant, be alert. Here's the reason. For your adversary, the devil, prowls about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. The devil is out to destroy men. Brothers, hear me. The devil is out to destroy you by any means necessary. If it's through drugs, he's going to use that. If it's through being abusive, if it's through thievery, if it's through the lack of education, dropping out of school. Listen, my brothers, it's foolish to try to make it in today's society uneducated. Now, some of our grandparents and foreparents, didn't get past 3rd and 4th and 5th grade. My grandfather didn't get past 6th grade. And much of it had to do because he had to work. Have I got a witness? But that same man who did not graduate from high school, didn't get beyond the 6th grade, ran a successful dry cleaning business for 47 years. Always had money because he was self-taught. But I want to say that day is over, young men. Get your heads in the books. We want to be cool. You trying to be, hip. You want folk liking you, but I guarantee you ain't no sister like no dummy. You think you cool, you the class clown. Ain't nobody looking to hook up with the class clown. Yes, you laugh at the clown, but you ain't trying to marry the clown. You are entertained by the clown, but you ain't trying to say I do to the clown. You thinking you got everybody laughing, folk like you. No, you just funny. But funny folk finish last. And then they end up marrying Four-Eyed Dexter, who was in the books. Because though he may have been an ugly duckling, y'all know Dexter, don't you? Laura. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. And then you see him later on. Bruh man, upright. Got his head on straight. Is educated. Motivated. But more importantly, loves Jesus. You think she gonna want to be, your mama's so black until she stuck her head out the window and there was an eclipse. Don't nobody want to be with you. Okay, y'all, flashback. That was high school stuff. I flashback. Don't y'all try to use my joke. That's my high school stuff, y'all. Y'all be saying, your mama's so black until she stuck her head out the window and it was an eclipse. Don't be trying to use my material now. I'm saying, young fellas, listen to me. Listen, come on, Pastor talking to you. 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old,